What it is, I would like to welcome Divine Tribal Soul to the Infinity Club. Appreciate you. Um, what's up, y'all? March 21st. Okay. We got 92 people, around 90 lit. I was just remarking the other day on how long it has been since I've done a live. I've been wanting to do that Mars and Aries transit talk for a while because Mars and Aries is legitimately the most important transit talk that we're gonna have for a while. So what's up, guys? What did it do? We have not connected for a minute. We've only been doing this full moon, new moon ceremony. So I miss y'all too. Please don't think I don't miss y'all. I miss y'all a lot. Okay, so we need to. I was just thinking the other day, like we used to run that $1 billion vibe tribe, that $1 billion vibe, right? So shout out to Misha from Joshua Tree. So don't worry, that's coming back. I need to remember this is a boss battle. So I need to kind of explain how I've been fighting this boss battle this whole time, and that's why I'm not with y'all. So like if you look at things at a 3D level on the surface, it's just gonna look like, oh, the peace dealer doesn't have internet, and so that's why. But this is the boss battle. Think about how me having internet means that I can serve you more, and so if they can get in the way of me serving you, so like I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain what my boss battle was basically. And I'm gonna explain um why I haven't been live because some of y'all just think that I took a break. Some of y'all are like, "Where's the pizza?" Like, trust me, I'm fighting for you guys. I almost got in a car accident the other. I mean, I got in a whole car accident. So like, they've been ever since I wrote unsubstantiated claims. But it is what it is. This new moon. By the way, what did you guys think of that music video? Unsubstantiated claims. How y'all like that song? I hope it spoke to some of y'all. But other than that, welcome to the second new moon of welcome to the second new moon of Cancer season. And in this ceremony, each and every single one of us is going to step into our power. It's going to be super simple. All we're going to be doing together are like super basic, supernatural, but super basic, simple thought experience. If experiments, if you've noticed, every single ceremony that we've done together is a thought experiment. It's basically a thought experiment. So this is going to be, in a nutshell, a simple thought experiment that allows us to utilize, okay, us collective, to utilize Capricorn, the Earth collective sign, all this Neptune, Pisces, Juju, so that we can manifest this magic individually. And I'm going to break that down. In a nutshell, if you are here in this live, okay, Pisces answers the question why. So, because why? Because all of us are see, we have been so deceived about magic. We have been so deceived about, the way science works, or not science, but the science of how things works, that we sometimes try and overcomplicate things when they're super simple. Not everything is complex, just like not everything's a conspiracy, even though most things are pretty much in this day and age. But yeah, so if you are here right now, I just kind of want to illustrate, like if you've been serious, because like we've been doing this ceremonies, not we've been doing this ceremonies for years now, like a couple years. So like most of y'all already know how legit these are. I don't have to. Like some of you guys are coming on here for the first time new, so like I don't have to explain to some of y'all how legit these ceremonies are. Every single full and new moon ceremony we do is not only legit, but at some point, all of us are going to get so much credit because we were holding space for the world. When we do these ceremonies, we're holding space for everyone else. 6 degrees of separation. You don't just know you know so many other people. And so when you do these ceremonies, it affects other people because you're going to bring that energy to those other people. So, like, there is going to come a point where we can quantify the change that we've done. We were just doing the ceremony. Every ceremony we do has long lasting impact and effect. And so, because most of us have been doing simple as it is, that's going to have you really experience fully the cumulative effect, even if this is your first ceremony, because we basically build it up for you, and everyone's different, right? So I just kind of want to illustrate how if you're here right now, it's not for no reason, okay? And the reason why this ceremony is going to work is simply because we're all doing it together. And I don't want to say this whole like unity, kumbaya thing. No, 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 no. This is science. We're all going to, while I'm a focal point, we're all going to evoke Neptune together. And because we're all going to activate imagination as me as a focal point, that means all of our minds are going to be connected and we're going to manifest this. So before today is over, you will break through. And I'm going to have my labradorite crystal ball. And I did this for the last Cancer ceremony because I have Chiron and Jupiter, which is like healing in Cancer. I'm going to be healing you guys. I'm going to be activating and using my Jupiter energy to evolve your abilities. So before the day is over, 240 plus people watching this. This is why they want us all divided. We're going to do a thought experiment that is going to exponentially step you into power. And before the day is over, you are going to experience a string of synchronicities that has led you here, and you're going to definitively evolve. Okay, today is 27 degrees, and so it's an action degree leading into manifestation. And so this is the part of the Cancer season transit where you literally evolve. And I'm going to break down why this works. So before we break this down, before we go in, this is going to be one of the most powerful ceremonies we do, but it's going to be super simple. Like all we're going to do, it's Cancer feeling. So all we're going to do is just feel and imagine. But we're feeling and imagining together. Yes, Gigi, a thought experiment. We're feeling and imagining together. And so that's why I make these painfully simple, just so I can prove without a doubt how when there's numbers, we don't even have to do that much. Okay, every single one of you brought together your own experience and your own spirit guides. So we're lit right now. We're 250 strong. And this is why I have to say if you're here for a reason. For those of you guys who are day ones, you saw when I put skits up. Because see, I'm not really YouTube versed. So I didn't even know how much YouTube was suppressing me. I didn't even know how much YouTube was blocked. Y'all know how much work I put in this YouTube shit. So I should already have 100,000 subscribers. Shout out to the Gem Goddess. The Gem Goddess is killing it. The Gem Goddess has like the Gem Goddess was like 100,000 subscribers like less than a year ago, and now she's almost at a milli. So shout out to her. She's legit. I just saw a pick a card reading from her that was way too on point. I had her on an interview. She Gemini fam. She cool. Um, I just kind of wanted to illustrate though how you have people see you have people who are there. I'm still at like 30K, and you know I've been putting in work. You know, like one question that people still keep asking me is, how come you don't have more subscribers? So it's not just me saying that. Like, how come you don't have more subscribers? So I didn't realize that because I'm just so focused on what I do. I didn't realize I was deliberately being depressed. Okay, it's crazy because if you're day one, my highest viewed video is how all the zodiac signs wake up. It has like 200,000 subscribers. When I put that video out, within days it had like 10,000 subscribers. Okay, I can't put a video out now that gets over 5,000 views. So like why? So shout out to Blue Flame Integration because they're suppressing her too. So it's like I'm still doing what I do, and I'm about to have a 10th house transit. So your boy's about to blow, like whether they want to suppress me or not. But I just wanted you guys. And shout out to those of you who support me on Patreon. So grateful, so grateful. So this is so very important. I'm not only being targeted, but I'm being suppressed. And it wasn't until I saw the likes of people like Young Pharaoh and other such people, since I saw what happened to them, it made sense for what was happening. I didn't know that they were getting videos deleted too. I didn't know that it's hard for people to find them. Okay, some people press the notification and don't even know when I'm live. So when I say if you are here, it's for a reason, it's because the whole notion, like people are not fully aware of the censorship that happens on YouTube and Instagram. If you watch the videos that I upload to Instagram, they buffer for people. They don't buffer for anyone else. They buffer for people. Is that a reason though? Is that for no reason though? Okay. YouTube magically deleted my Bill Nye the Science Guy video. They magically deleted it's up there now, but on two occasions they've magically deleted me debunking Bill Nye and debunking the 13th sign. Is it a coincidence that channels like me are getting suppressed when NASA puts up this bullshit pseudoscience about there being a 13th sign? And let me tell you how stupid what NASA is doing right now. If you had okay, an organization, all right, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, or if you had an organization of chemists, okay, and these chemists, oh, well, nail technicians don't know how to do nails, or nail technicians, the work nail technicians do has changed, okay, but like none of these chemists have ever done nails before. As you listen to them, you like, yeah, they have their own nails. You wouldn't really pay attention to them, right? Okay, so why are people paying attention to NASA about pseudoscience that they've been putting in the news since the 90s? Okay, yeah, Daniel Boom. Shout out to Daniel Boom. He's getting suppressed too. I'm not even surprised. But like, and they do this to so many of us. It's not just me. They do this to so many of us. But like, that's how stupid. Like, see, and most people are not experienced in astrology. They don't even know it. So when they see an authority like NASA say it, it's easy to look at it at most as okay. Well, maybe they were mistaken. But most of these are highly paid engineers. So you don't get highly paid to mistaken shit. Right. So what's up with this disinformation? Why is it that they're going out of their way? I know why they deleted my video. I watched these niggas. I washed them. I embarrassed them. Go watch. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Every single point that these motherfuckers made, washed, washed, washed. They don't want it. And I don't want to set up astronomy versus astrology because astronomy goes top down instead of astronomy when it's really just astrology. Astronomy is astrology. It's just watered down, diluted astrology. Astronomy is watered down, diluted astrology. It's all the same. Okay. But there's a reason why we don't have research institutes. There's a reason why I can't get a board exam, right? So that anyone can just join this field. They don't want you to understand how to access your superpowers. Astrology is a blueprint and map to not only identify what your supernatural abilities are, but how to harness it. This lends credence to theories of extraterrestrials that seek to dumb down humanity. so that we can basically just be a slave race. Ephesians 6:12, for our enemy is not flesh and blood. So why do they have us dividing and fighting against other flesh and blood suits? Ignorance. Okay. So astrology is a language. You're not your zodiac sign. You're not limited to your zodiac sign. And you can't use astrology to blame for whatever bad habits you have. But it is a legitimate science. Fuck what you heard. Fuck what you heard. It is a legitimate science. Your whole life, you have been taught fake science. You've been taught fake biology. I said it. You've been taught fake chemistry. You've been taught fake physics. Now, are the stuff that you've been taught in these fields untrue? Most of the stuff is real. Most of the axioms and theories, yes, even the theories you can experiment with. That's the beauty of the scientific method. You can take facts and you can experiment it yourself. But they're not telling you that it's not the full science. It's diluted, it's diluted. It is not at all what you're supposed to be taught. And when you're given a diluted science, it makes sense if you realize that you're being dumbed down so that you can be slaves. And they painted slavery in a very beautiful way that looks like you're free. It's called the illusion of choice. Let me make you people feel that you have any choice. And there's going to be a low level to which you do have a choice, but the high level stuff, no, we got bankers, we got lobbyists. All right. The only reason why we have Donald Trump draining the swamp is because he was destined to. That's it. That's it. He's supposed to do what he's doing. And he's the last president. So, we're entering into a whole new realm. We're entering into a whole new era. Once Saturn goes into Pisces, the veil is done. All you guys that are talking about the veil is thinning, the veil is thinning. The veil is about to be, and like the energy, the thin veil of energy that is protecting us from, like, let me ask you a question. Why don't people go fucking crazy? Okay. A lot of you think that certain people are good people. A lot of you people think that certain people are naturally good. It's not true. The reason why that shit hasn't gone into absolute pandemonium is because of the thin veil that keeps everyone sane. Let's take, for example, law and order. Most people are not good people. There's no such thing as good or bad. They are law abiding citizens. Okay? And so you look at people do good things and you think they're good people, and it's like, no. Like everything that you do in this country is under duress. Okay? You don't have anyone who's really a true national. You have certain people who act like they are, but they don't really, and there's certain people who willingly with their heart decide to be whatever. But if we're going to be honest, most of everything that you do is under duress, because if you don't do it, the government will sick their mercenaries on you and they will detain you. It Period. The illusion that you've been, and this is why I like to say white people never stole anybody's land. Because if you say that white people stole land from the natives, this is very deceptive languaging that now causes you to think that white people, and I'm using this as an example, own this land. Nobody owns this land. This is how everything you have been taught, the language, think about the language you speak, okay? Evocation and enchantment through vernacular. It's literally meant to enslave you. This is why, if you watch Bleach, if you watch shows that speak of harnessing your life force energy, you have to say the word, okay? There's nothing in your language that allows you to speak your true spirit energy, your true spirit language, okay? So you want to really think about how people use language alone to limit you. And what I mean by that is, if you think this land was stolen, this gives you the false presupposition that anyone can own this land. Well, let me tell you something. If this earth is a living, which it is, the earth literally breathes. This is how we have seasons. I think it exhales during summer. If it's a living breathing geoterrestrial organism. Who owns this bitch? Who owns this bitch? None of you own this bitch. Nobody owns anything on the land. Earth is literally like, you niggas are tripping. This is my body. None of you own my body. But they tricked you. First, they lied to you and they made you believe that you're just your body. They made you believe that there's no afterlife. They hit you with the devil's frequency, 440 hertz, like someone just said. All right. They get rid of the people telling truth, like David Icke. And whether you like Alex Jones or not, he be dropping knowledge. He be dropping knowledge. They're suppressing people telling you the truth so that you only listen to them. And like, this is very important. The moment that you forget that this earth is alive, is alive. So can you own something that's that's like my cells, right? That's like my cells and antibodies fighting over territory on who owns certain portions of my body. Bitch, this body is mine. None of you niggas own. Like you serve me. My antibodies serve me. Okay? And this is where celestial beings feel that earthlings don't know their place. But this is because most of us have been lied to. You've been lied to about politics. You've been lied to about nationality. What you're seeing is the symptoms of imperialism and colonialism all over the world. And people are waking up uncomfortably to this truth, ugly truth. And everyone wants a simple situation. Everyone wants a simple solution to a complex problem. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen overnight. So let's just be real. This is why they don't want you to tap into your ability to astral project and really see the universe for what it is, that there's so much out of here. You are a slave race. And this is the revolution. The revolution is not about race. The revolution is not about racism. The revolution is not, it's not even going to be televised. So fuck everything you're seeing on TV. It's not even about rich versus poor. Ephesians 6:12. It's about truth versus evil. And this will only work if we all come together, which it doesn't look like we will. So brace yourself, guys. But this is very, very important because you still have people fighting over land that doesn't even own to either person. And this is what indigenous people, I feel, always understood. The indigenous people never looked at the land as something they owned. They looked at it as something to be shared. Okay. This is where a lot of a lot of the rhetoric and lies that you have been deceived with, you're waking up out of. Why if you've been watching my warning now in front of your face. So when I say, guys, 2021 is war, prepare yourselves, okay? And that's the purpose of stepping into our powers. If you are here, it's for a reason. They're outright, they've been deliberately suppressing me since I basically, started going viral. And once they saw my skits going viral, they started to do these freaking algorithms. I can barely get upload with greater frequency, but my views are deliberately getting suppressed. And so I'm not going to pay advertisement to an entity that's suppressing and deleting my videos magically. Fuck you. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, I just want to appreciate all of you that's been riding because they can't suppress all of you. And some of your guys led you here. Some of you saw that I was live and you joined. So if you're here, it's for a reason. We shift with these energies, okay? And we're doing a lot of global collective work. So before I go into breaking down what's happening and why it's so very important, I want to explain more so why I haven't even been live. For those of you who've been waiting for readings, um, I just got a visit from the Cox Communication Internet Service Provider came today, only to have to leave because my apartment office is closed. So 2 weeks ago, I called for internet service provider. They never showed up. They were supposed to come in 3 business days. Okay, so like 2 weeks ago when I moved here, they never showed up. So that's a whole week. Okay, and then I call on Saturday. All right. They tell me that the soonest I can get internet is next week, Sunday, today. So that's a whole nother week. That's 2 weeks now. Okay. And so now the apartment's closed. I can't get, I have a hotspot, by the way. The first week I used my own phone's hotspot, but I ran out of data. So I did as much as I could. That's how I was even able to upload, share some of the videos and upload the music video. Um, Today they came only to tell me, hey, we need the apartment's closed. We can't access the back. The soonest that we have available is next Monday. So now I'm having to wait a whole nother week. So I just want to let you know, is this a coincidence? And this is moving forward what I want you to really you Cox communicate, unless I'm wrong, Cox communication isn't in a meeting board like we're gonna fuck up Michael. We're gonna make him wait for so long. For our enemy is not flesh and blood. It's not like that. But you have to be able to look into, okay, you need to be able to read between the lines. What's wanting to stop me from communicating with you? Does that make sense? And yes, please hit the like button so we can smash through this algorithm. But like, I just kind of want to give you guys some insight. I just got hot water because the coils were switched. So the hot water from my heater was going the other way. Like I had a Mercury retrograde nightmare. It was still hilarious. But I'm not saying this to make excuses. I'm just saying this with the full knowledge that what has been happening to me is happening to you. And I'm just kind of using myself as a reference, but just wanted to keep y'all updated. That this is the only reason why I haven't been updating the membership site. Shout out to Desiree who joined Infinity Club. If you guys have seen that post, all right, God Squad. So Leo season is coming up amongst us. God Squad, when I do the Leo season membership rollout, God Squad, you get Infinity Club, all right, Ascension Path, you get Yin Yang Master, you get God Squad, okay, and $1 billion Vibe Tribe, you get Ascension Path. I'm just going to for a month give you guys the upgrades just so I can make up for lost time. But thank you guys so much. I'm really just saying this to say thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Um, this is the way that the enemy works. Does that make sense? To cut you off from connections so that you deal with what you deal with on your own, and on the surface, the shit just looks like an internet problem. Like, oh, he just needs to get internet. It's deeper than that. It's not just the internet problem. There's so many inner working complex layers and factors that make up karmically the minute a person arrives somewhere, that has everything to do with people's individual decisions and who they are. So nothing is ever as it truly seems. And I just kind of don't, the reason why I'm as safe and protected as I am is a lot to do with your positive intent and energy. Don't let anyone ever tell you that doesn't work. It does work because you're an energetic being. So if you emit frequencies and vibrations, it's going to be received. This is science. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. Some of you might be deterred because some people think that they're smart and they're like, well, if astrology is the one true science, if tarot, if Reiki healing, okay, if healing is so great, how come there's no proof of it? How come there hasn't been any development? And it's like the person asking you that is either stupid as hell or they know what they're doing. And all you have to do is respond with this. If I want to be a doctor, can I just become a doctor? No, I have to take an exam. If I want to become a lawyer, can I just become a lawyer? No, I have to take a bar exam. If I want to become, um, if I want to even do, plumber work, or if I want to become a technician or a mechanic, can I just become a mechanic? No. If I want to become a psychic or an astrologer, can I just become an astrologer? Yes. That's the problem. Medicine has had research institutions for years. Law has had research institutions for years. The reason why we have developments and breakthroughs in medicine, and this is all fake science. Y'all are having breakthroughs in fake ass science. The reason why we have developments in fake ass science, medicine included, is because you guys research all this fake ass science, this real fake ass science. You guys have denied us the ability to research. Every time in history we've researched, you've burned our magical books. Every time we've come together, you take down our channels, you make it near impossible, and we're actually doing the true science. You niggas is out here researching fake ass science that is purely theoretical, and the facts that you have are not conclusive. They're diluted because it doesn't acknowledge spirit and soul. Yeah, I said it. And so, like, what are we living? What life are we living? And we wonder why people don't know how to think critically when most are afraid to say that. And I mean, I've built a career off of actually being one of the only true scientists in the world, okay? Only to be treated like I'm a pseudoscientist when I actually have testimonials and proof. If I'm a fake ass pseudoscientist, then how come the shit I predicted 2017 and 2018 has happened? I must know what the fuck I'm talking about. So this is the attitude you want to take towards what you're doing. Because it's not just happening to me. It's not just happening to me. It's happening to doctors too. There are medical doctors who speak up about what's happening with coronavirus and they're not even being publicized. It's happening to lawyers. It's happening to people in government. I just want to use this field as an example because it's relevant to, you know what I'm saying? Google is the new pseudo and Google manipulates search results. Research Zach Voorhees. Zach Voorhees is a Google whistleblower who pretty much proved that not only do they manipulate search results, they will even change answers to things and get stuff out of dictionary definitions just so that they can manipulate what they manipulate. So Google is the devil. YouTube's the devil. Everything has fallen. All right, look at the parable of the wheats and the tares. This is what's happening right now. Every single infrastructure has been infiltrated. And so this is why the ceremony that we're going to do is fucking badass. And this is where I need to break down everything that has occurred up until this point. Because you're not just stepping into superpowers. You have been deliberately awakening these superpowers for your whole life. Okay. And I just kind of want to illustrate, for those of you guys who are, like, I'm going to resume the membership this week, whether I have internet or not. I'm going to find a way to just access internet elsewhere for now. This shit is really stupid, but I can read between the lines. This is just dark force interference. But, you know, you can clap back. This is why you should never, if you ever are a recipient of dark force interference, if you ever are a recipient of like negative energy, you never want to be afraid of black magic. Don't ever be afraid of black magic. This is a tennis game. If you receive it, you can clap back. Just make sure when you clap back, you end that bitch. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. Sometimes you need to fight black magic with black magic and hit motherfuckers back. Let them know who really knows. Okay, I'm not one of these kumbaya light worker, light magic. We never want to do anything bad. No. And I'm gonna say this one more again. I'm gonna say this again. Where you niggas at? All you motherfuckers this past 10 years that have been talking about love wins. It's all about love. Where you niggas at? Because real people are dying. Where is that love? Where you at? Where you at? It's all about love. It's unity. Where you niggas at? We need this love? Where is it at? Because niggas is dying. What's up? Where you niggas at? Where is this love? Where is this? So dead that shit. Dead that shit. Okay, when these motherfuckers take your guns and confiscate your weapons, hit these motherfuckers with, but I love you. But I love you. No. Wake up. Wake up. Thank you. I'm tired of the bullshit. Thank you. Hell. And it's all about balance. So I'm not gonna say that love won't work in some, fantasy situation, but let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic here. You can stay hammered up. Stay hammered up. I got Thor's hammer with me right now. Okay. So let me tell you why, without a shadow of a doubt, with 390 plus people here, we're all going to step into our power together. Many are called, few are chosen. Okay. We don't need that much, but we already have more than enough right now. So, March 21st, 2020. If you have an Affirmus, planetwatcher.com. Okay. If you're able to look up the stars, research and study March 21st, 2020. My moon is 24. My moon is 23 cap. My Saturn's 24. So I understand this transit better than anyone else in the whole world. And any cap moon will understand it too. So I need you guys to understand that March of 2020 was the official activation of the apocalypse. So if anyone denies that you're at war right now, if anyone denies that the apocalypse is underway, the stars already said it. I don't know what else to tell you. And this isn't anything you want to be afraid of. You just need to be alert so you don't die. Unless you want to die, then don't give a fuck. End of the world. It doesn't work like that. This is the end of an age. The stuff that used to be norm before isn't norm now. Most of you weren't ever meant to inherit your ancestors' legacy. And so that's why some of you feel weird. Some of you feel like a fish out of water. That's because you were born in a construct that was meant to be destroyed so that a construct that fits your vibration will be manifested. You're the one who's going to create it. That's why so many of you have felt like, oh, I don't feel like I belong here. That's because you don't. You were literally born at the end of this age so that once this bitch is destroyed, we can actually create. Well, a lot of stuff here was not even meant to happen. It's really the people born in the 60s and the 70s who got robbed. Like these people were just experiments, and we owe it to them because we had whistleblowers in that generation, and we had people who paved the way, only to be treated like shit, only to be treated like trash for waking up humanity. So it is what it is. Um, March 2020. Okay, Mars is the god of war. I want to bring you back to H1N1. I think 1912 and 1968, when Jupiter was conjunct Pluto in Cancer, there was H1N1. Does that make sense why it was a pandemic? Because Jupiter is expansive, right? So Pluto is sickness and illness. Pluto, that's pestilence. We know this is true because when we had the last two pandemics, Jupiter was on Pluto and it expanded it so that everyone got it. And then when Pluto was conjunct Virgo with Jupiter in Virgo, we had the next pandemic and it expanded everyone. So this lets us know without a shadow of a doubt that Pluto is pestilence. Now, Jupiter is at its fall. See, now Jupiter was in Pluto in Cap with Saturn. So that's how we know it was engineered and planned years before. So Jupiter is at its fall in Capricorn. Think about that. If Jupiter represents abundance and Jupiter, then if the planet that represents wealth, abundance, and expansion is at its fall in material Capricorn, then Jupiter in Capricorn is famine. Famine. And then we know Saturn is the Grim Reaper. Saturn is the scythe that reaps the crops. So Saturn is death. So we have the four horsemen of the fucking apocalypse, guys. Mars, war, Pluto, pestilence, Jupiter at its fall in Capricorn, famine, and Saturn, death, were conjunct in Capricorn, Mars, March, March. If you don't believe me, as soon as Saturn and Mars went into Aquarius, What happened to the collective? People started dying. We were socially quarantined. They started beta testing how well they can kill us. Now Saturn is back in Capricorn, and the powers that be, literally the powers Capricorn that be, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, are like, guys, we're gonna get away with this. These guys are fighting each other. They don't even real. We just need to tweak the virus this way. We got all the data from all these hospitals to let us know what we need to tweak in this virus so that I could actually kill people this next wave when Jupiter goes back. And I'm not gonna laugh about that because it's sinister and it's real. It's real. So keep that in mind. War has been leading the pack. Everything went back in the cap. War went through Aquarius. It went through Pisces. And what happened when it went to Aries? Chaz. See, this is the weird part because we're at war right now, and because it's not being televised, niggas don't know we're at war. That's the weirdest thing. This is how fucked so many of us are because we don't know if something is happening if it's not televised. Think about that. Think about that. Think about how many, like, why did the war in why did so many people know the war in Iraq happened? Because the news told you. Otherwise, you wouldn't know. So does that mean that war didn't happen? Did war only begin once you knew it begun? This is so important, guys. This is one of the most important thing I'm saying. Because if you're depending on these outlets to give you knowledge, this is why I say fuck these middlemen. Your only source should be the stars. The stars are going to tell you everything you need to know. And reporters of integrity need to corroborate that. But when you look at them as your savior and your God, see, most people will say that mainstream media isn't their God, right? But then you're going to scoff at the Christian or the Muslim. The Christian and the Muslim has to believe that their God is true. They have to take it on faith. Okay? And then you have these people who suck the dick of these mainstream news reporters. If it doesn't come from mainstream news, it's not gospel. And it's like, you haven't done that research. You literally have to take for faith that these people aren't lying to you, even though there's been evidence and proof that their journalistic integrity doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist. There was never a reason for you to trust them. You just did. So how are you different than a Christian? How are you different? This is how crazy people are. I'm like, seriously. So fear is being used to excuse so much bullshit. And this is where I think because whereas everyone else is getting fooled, you're here. You're here. You're doing your part. And we're getting, and yeah, I mean it like that. I mean it like that. And you're ready to connect collectively so that we can step into our power and do what we got to do. Congratulations. The sun is directly opposite Saturn. So you're going to get your reward for this boss battle. And you're either leveling up or you're dying. Clearly you're leveling up, which is why you're here. But and when I say here, I don't even mean this live chat. It's just like you're present. You're present with yourself. You're here. You're here and now. So keep that in mind because I just want to make sure we are clear. The apocalypse is underway. When you look at conjunctions in astrology, those are cycles. So the cycle of the apocalypse has begun. Okay. And the next time war and death meet is going to be 2022. They're going to post 2021, Venus and Mars in Leo, opposite Saturn Aqua. And then they're going to conjunct 2022, beginning of 2022, Venus, Mars, Saturn in Aqua. Okay. So it's underway, my friends. And war has been kicking in. You have people throwing, like people will tell you that there's no war, but then you have people throwing bricks at cops. So like it's on and popping. It's not what you think it is, and it's more biological and social. Oh, but it's here. So this isn't to scare you. This is to excite you. Actually, the response to this is excitement. Whereas everyone is, and this is the most important thing I have to say. The powers that be, and I'm not talking about the global elites. I'm not talking about the bankers. I don't give a fuck about the Illuminati. They're puppets. The people who really run shit are the fallen angels in the second heaven and the planets and the celestial beings. This is where we need to become realistic again. These are not higher celestial existences, they emit frequencies. Every planet emits a frequency, the universe emits a frequency. It's alive. The universe is talking to you every day. The sun is shining on you every day. Every single being, every single point is spreading a message. Nikola Tesla said, frequencies, vibes. You get it, you get the universe. Okay? So keep that in mind. Because if you get too caught up in what Hillary Clinton's doing and what Bill Gates is doing, you forget that if you get rid of Hillary and Bill, they will get replaced like this. Okay, so it's way deeper than that. It's good to get context so we know how it's really working, but don't look at these people like they're the enemies of the earth. They're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. Judas had a job. So like you also have to kind of be, in tune with destiny and how like there's narratives and how someone has to be on one side, and this is how yin and yang works. It is what it is. That's why I'm like, play your part. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about being you. Play your part. Do you. And you only know that if you know you. And this is why everything that is at its power is to delude you, because the powers that be know now more than ever. Okay, do you know what all this shit is meant to distract you from? Your awakening. Now more than ever is the collective induced awakening that can only happen if we're together. This is one of the bases behind socially distancing. Saturn in Aquarius is a collective test to unite us against galactic threats and quantum threats like viruses so that we can make it through. But we're divided. We can't stimulate our abilities if we're distanced from each other. So forget everything else you're seeing. The main purpose of this is to stunt the inevitability. See, you're going to awaken superpowers whether you want to or not. But in order to get in the way of this, you're being deliberately deceived. You're being deliberately confused. So the awakening and activation, and now when I say superpowers, I mean superpowers. The junk DNA you have is not junk. Every single strand in your DNA enables supernatural ability. You were not taught this. Every single element in the periodic table has a supernatural function. You were not taught this. This is all watered down. And this is so very important, because whether you want to or not, you have been, not you will, you have been activating this for years. Most of you went through the trauma you went through. Most of you went through the relationships you went through so that you can stimulate and activate this. And so 2020 is the beta test to prepare you for 2021, where your superpowers are fully online and active. And this is why this is so important, okay? Genes, your powers are in your genes, in your DNA. Loyalty, royalty in your DNA. This is Capricorn. Capricorn is the bone structure with Saturn, which alludes to the DNA. And it's not just Capricorn, it's all the signs. So keep in mind that Pluto at some point was in Cancer, all right? Pluto was in Leo around the 50s. So every generation had its part into building into Pluto in Capricorn. And now that Pluto's in Capricorn, we see the end of the system, which was around the time it was when this country was formed. So this is why, first of all, this ritual will not only help you step into your power, but second of all, this has been fully preparing you to activate this like never before. We know that the first four zodiac signs are individual. The next four are social, and the last four are collective. Collective pertain to like everybody. Social pertaining to the individual experience I have with other people. This is why all the individual signs love social signs. They want to be social. All the social signs want to be popular, right? All the popular people want to be fucking alone. So this make sense now how this works? All the collective zodiac signs, Aquarius, Pisces, that have all this attention, they don't fuck with you. They want to be alone. This is why they love the individual. All the individual signs, they're by them, they are alone. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, we keep to ourselves. We love to be social with people. All the social signs that connect with other people want to be popular. Libra wants to be famous so bad. Leo wants to be famous so bad. Virgo and Scorpio act like they don't want to be famous. These niggas want to be famous. Okay, and so this is why they clout chase. So this is the triangle. This is the triangle. Okay. Do we have any social energy? No. The only social energy we're gonna have is the personal planets and the sun. Okay, so this is so very important. We only have collective energy, and Sag is done. The most important thing that has finished is Sagittarius, because this finishes the whole perceptual battle. Now niggas see what it is. Motherfuckers see what it is. Excuse my language. Now we're finishing off Capricorn. And this is the collective facet of power, the mechanism to everybody awakening superpower. Superpower is awakening collectively. And this is why Virgo divides everything into little pieces, and Pisces is aware of everything connected, because there is that facet of reality where energy is all connected. It doesn't mean we're the same, but energy and vibration and frequency is all one. And this represents our collective connection. Every single one of us is connected collectively. Okay. And so Pluto in Capricorn is awakening collective power in every single individual, manifesting in the destruction of falsity and impurity, hence corruption being exposed. The way that you experience this, where is the collective energy trining? Individual and Taurus. So the collective power is activating individually through you. What does this mean? Everyone is accessing the same collective awakening, but the way you're manifesting it is individually. So the way you've been taught to see yourself as just a flesh vessel, the way you've been taught to suppress your emotions with drugs or pharmaceutical pills, the way you've been taught to dismiss your intuition as a mental illness, the way you have been taught to divide yourself from other people by race, nationality, and other bullshit. It's all been bullshit. Okay. Thank you, astronaut myself. Has all been done to suppress your supernatural ability. This is so very important, because the confidence and wherewithal to recognize this in yourself, you haven't really even been taught. You've just been flirted with. So now you're teaching yourself. See, this has not stopped. You guys are some badass motherfuckers. And let me tell you why. You've been suppressed, you've been lied to, you've been deliberately poisoned, and this is still not stopping you guys from breaking through. And this is where the elites themselves and the dark forces were not expecting this. And they're shitting their pants, because the greatest revolution of all time is happening under our nose. And it is legitimately about enhanced abilities. When I say superpowers, I mean superpowers. And we are finally at a stage where I'm not capping. Every single one of you watching this has experienced Gemini season, manifested Taurus season, and activated Aries season, your superpower. Am I lying? You have had over 100 synchronicities in the past 90 days. In case any, because some of y'all like to doubt yourself. Some of y'all like to be like, no, I don't have super. And then you just have a crazy synchronicity and you're so like, shut up. Shut up. Yes, you do. Shut up. Stop doubting me. That was basically Cancer and Gemini season. Your soul was like, shut up. You are super. no, 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 no. Like the moment you doubt yourself, you see a synchronicity that's like, oh, I did that. So like, and comment a fire sign emoji if you've experienced it. And before I move forward, if you have experienced your own superpower that you manifested, comment a fire sign emoji. Because I don't want to just be talking about we have superpowers. Like, it's not like you don't already know. Everyone's still in the closet like, can I come out with these abilities? Because last time I came out, they tried to put me in a mental hospital. Last time I tried to come out with these abilities, people call me, well, forget those people. You're cooler than those people. You're open about this. Because, like, right. Okay. So it's not like you don't have super manifestation ability. It's not like you're not thinking about things and then they happen. You are active chemtrails, decalcification of pineal gland. Like if you knew how suppressed you were, you would take yourself even more seriously because you're still awakening despite the suppression. And that's a sign that you are super powerful. Okay? So let me tell you why this is important. The apocalypse set off. The apocalypse is not just the end of age. This same apocalypse is a mechanism and tool to awaken you. Okay? So Mars, representing power, awakened all of this in your body. And ever since April and March of this year, Aries season rather, okay, this is why this is so important, guys. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. You made it. You made it. This was it. This was it. Aries had to activate the car. We're going to use Capricorn as an analogy for the body work. Saturn entered Aquarius. Your superpowers is this car. Okay? Saturn entered Aquarius with Mars. You beta tested this car. Just because before you sell it on the market, vroom, 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 you didn't beta test it too long. You beta tested it enough. And now it's back in Capricorn because you need to tweak it. The retrograde is tweaking the final tweaks. The final tweaks. Now, the only thing here is with transits and with Capricorn and with Earth, you need to finish everything. So it's not going to be until January of 2021 after the retrograde that we're complete and then we alpha overdrive. So now that everything is back in the shop, Aries season activated it. Taurus season manifested this in your physical DNA. All right, grounded this. But this is such a subatomical process, or because you're an aqua, you were not aware of this. Like you couldn't experience this. That's what Gemini season was for. Everything that has manifested intellectual mental experience. End of May, June. And you started experiencing facets of your ability in new ways. This is facts. And now, Cancer, the last stage of this initial awakening. Cancer season was all about feeling your power and coming into the understanding and deeper wisdom of who you are. This is nipped in the bud. Any sort, I mean, the synchronicities I got alone have been crazy. I've been seeing the number 13 like crazy. Okay, so this is very, 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 very important. And when I say I've been seeing the number 13 like crazy, I'm not just saying I've been seeing like in one day, okay, I went from seeing the number 13, okay, to getting picked up in a lift that had the number 13 on it and then being dropped off to sign something. Guess what number I signed? 13. So I'm not just, your boy's not just seeing numbers. Okay, we manifesting synchronicities here. Okay, let's not act like your boy's being thank you. Okay, third, not a fucus though. Thank you, Jim. So just like I'm doing this, you're doing this. None of you can tell me you're not experiencing this at an even higher level. Okay, this is higher aspects of yourself communicating with you through you. So the importance of Cancer season was to fuel with. What emotions and feelings have you been filling your vehicle with? Let me tell you why this is the most important. Because Cancer season, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer are all individual. If Aquarius is electricity, then Leo is the source. When I turn on a light, I press a button, Taurus, it discharges an electrical impulse or current or volt, right? With whatever resistors they have to create this grid. And that electrical impulse turns on a source, Leo, and actually turns it on. And so we are ready to turn our superpowers on in a few short days. And so this second new moon is crucial. The reason why we had two new moons in Cancer is the first new moon, second new moon happening at the end of Cancer is to complete everything you've been feeling so that this activation that started in Aries can extend forth into Leo. And now you can activate and turn on your superpowers through your heart and say it with your chest. This is what's going to now facilitate the next stage of these superpowers. So, Leo season, Virgo season, Libra season, Scorpio season is all about mastering your powers through the mechanism of social activity. Venus is going to go into Cancer. Some of you are going to get into very significant relationships so that through social activity, you can sharpen your abilities. And this is where stepping into Virgo season, everything you've awakened up until this point, and that's what Leo season is going to manifest. The heart manifestation of this as a solar being in order to feel this throughout your whole body because you've now felt it with Cancer. And this is what brings us to this ritual. This is not going to be now. You should have an understanding of how your power feels. And I'm majority earth, so I don't really feel. So if you're not able to feel because you're not water or fire, don't worry. Just think about it. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Right now, the sun has awakened you because the sun was opposite awakening Pluto and Jupiter evolved you. And now Saturn's going to manifest. The opposition of Saturn is so that you carry forth the integrity of how you feel. What does this mean? You want to see the Saturn opposition as feeling a belief that's frowned upon because Saturn's going to test whether you back down or double down due to any pressure. Indirectly, Saturn is testing the integrity you have. Saturn will respect you, maybe, if you're like, well, I don't care if you believe this, I stand for what I believe. Saturn will at least be like, okay, you're not backing down out of fear. Okay. It's not the same as doubling down out of ignorance though. So keep this in mind because this is happening right now, guys. This is happening right now. I just kind of want to emphasize right now as we speak. The reason why this might be hard for some of you is because so much of the process of evolving this psychic ability is still subatomic. It's not really in a position for you to have a movie moment where everything changes. It's happening right under your nose. And if you're aware, you're aware. So I want to let you know right now, you are literally on the verge, like you've already manifested it. You're already using it, but you're on the verge of now taking this social. So the significance of taking it out of your emotions into your heart is where you now start to manifest the real experience. Once it's in Virgo, see, when it was in Gemini, you were using your superpowers mentally. In Virgo, you're going to be experiencing it in your reality. I hope that makes sense. And then in Sag, you're going to be seeing it in your world where everyone is now starting to be like, hey, I have this experience. I have this. Like, we're on the verge. Like, it's happening. This is why when supernatural awakenings occur, it also manifests through certain mental illnesses. It's not an illness or symptoms. If you think those symptoms are a virus, will you just keep that in mind? This isn't the only reason why coronavirus is here. It's a more financial, economic incentive. All right, just to kind of give corporations that W. But this is for those of you who know and believe you're awakening. You need to. It's actually supposed to feel crazy. If you some of you are blocked because it feels delusional, it feels crazy. It is supposed to feel crazy because your critical rational conscious mind does not know the context of how to make sense of something you've never done before. So the more crazy you feel, the more weird you feel, the better. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Okay. And it's the experience you gain that will make it less crazy and make it make sense. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Um, this thought experiment that we're going to do is very simple. So this new moon, because it's opposite Saturn, is going to force activate through an action the deep feeling of your power. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Aries, we're going to activate Taurus, we're going to activate Gemini, we're going to activate Cancer, and then we're going to connect Cancer to Pisces. And Pisces is all of us collectively. All of us are going to amass. We're going to feel Cancer, and then we're going to heighten that feeling with connecting all of our emotions together and doing a group visualization exercise. The group visualization exercise, using me as a focal point, will connect all of our imagination together. And we're literally putting in for one big mass manifestation. We're all going to make a very important wish, okay? Because some of you don't realize that the fantasy or the wish is your subconscious mind's way of aligning you to the circumstances with which you will awaken this power. Like some of you feel like some of you feel more than ever, I need to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. And it's not a fantasy. Your subconscious realizes a relationship is the mechanism to awaken its power. So your mind might think, oh, I want to fall in love. But your subconscious mind is like, no, I want to activate. So keep that in mind. And this is where, once we connect our imagination together, we're going to release that intent and then we'll move forward. So, what we're doing is activating our chi. This is a Nen exercise, a life force energy exercise. I want you to feel your energy right now. Right now, you may not feel anything, and this is a good thing. Some of you are advanced, like water or fire signs, and you can feel it at will. 6 months from now, okay, in Capricorn season, when we're doing the third boss battle, your ability to feel your energy will be perfected. It's going to break through Libra season, and then it's going to complete Capricorn season. So your ability to feel your power and feel your energy is building with the seed, and it will complete new moon in Capricorn or full moon in Cancer, new moon in Capricorn. So everything that we're doing is to just set us straight in the right direction with intent. And then moving forward after this ceremony, I want you to take this feeling, Cancer, with you and move forward with it. So that before you do anything you do, you practice feeling this feeling. And over time, because you're reinforcing this with practice, you're going to feel it stronger. You're going to feel it more. You're going to be able to know how to use your abilities more. If you don't know what to do, that's good. Just take it day by day. The work you put in is the work you're going to get out. So if you do this 20 months and you don't do anything for the next 6 months, if you take what we do every day, you'll grow from it. Trust you, because you have a unique soul and spirit. So I just want to emphasize right now, out of everyone in the earth right now, we are doing the most badass thing right now. And I can say that with confidence. There is no one else on the earth collectively pooling their energy to, like, we're 500 strong. We are an unlimited currency right now. We're about to put in on a mass wish that's going to come true before you go to sleep. That's the condition, okay? E Squared and E Cubed by Pam Grant. Okay. When I read E Squared was like, oh yeah, put in an order to the universe. And when I was reading all this, I was like, oh yeah, this is true. I believe it. I believe it. And she's like, put an order into the universe and give the universe a deadline. And I was like, okay, I mean, I believe this works. And like, when I say I gave the universe 48 hours, in less than 48 hours, because I had set the intention and let it go, boom. And this happened recently too when I talked to Jupiter and I wanted 150, I wanted $200. And in less than 3 hours, because I forgot I asked Jupiter, in less than 3 hours, I get $150. And the person asked me, the goddess asked me, can I pay you 50 extra dollars? How much is that? 200. And this person, this goddess was a Sagittarius. What rules Sagittarius? Jupiter. So is it a coincidence that I asked Jupiter, like, I'll sing you 3 songs, Jupiter, just hook me up with some money, and Jupiter sends a Sagittarius? So this shit works, guys. This shit works. Everything that I'm speaking of, I did on my own. I did on my own. On my own. On my own. On my own. I gave it, thank you, in less than 3 hours. On my own. So we are 500 strong. Can you imagine how powerful this will be when 500 of us do this together? There's no one else doing something as badass as what we're. So if you are here right now, you are meant to be here. And this is going to be one of the most powerfully effective rituals. The next powerful one will be Capricorn season and Libra. But let's do it. Are you ready? Are you ready? So, what's going to happen is before today, the intention that all of us collectively are petitioning Neptune, because the sun is subruled by Neptune right now. So we're all going to petition Neptune to definitively break us through and evolve and transform our abilities as a collective. And so that before the day is over, each and every single one of our wishes comes true. This is just a thought experiment and exercise, just to remind you that we got it like that. Okay. First of all, this isn't the first ceremony that has worked. So if you've been doing ceremonies, you already know what time it is. All these ceremonies work. Okay. Number two, the best part about this is some of you have complex manifestations. So all of it won't manifest today, but you're going to have a breakthrough before today is over. Okay? That takes you to the next step and has you go from there. You can make multiple wishes. And the wishes, when we do the wish part, it's just going to be visualization and you're going to imagine it. It's important you imagine it because when you imagine, okay, thinking is Gemini, analyzation is Virgo, visualization is Sagittarius, just seeing something, imagination, feeling about what you're seeing and putting yourself in the moment, that's Pisces. We're going to evoke Pisces, and that's going to petition Neptune. And where's Neptune? In Pisces, through imagination. And this is what's going to transcend our feelings. This new moon in Cancer is trining Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is ascension. We are ascending the feeling of our power so that we can perceive it at the highest level. Once you know how to perceive it, you know what to do. Let's get it done. I'm going to say this one more time. Following this expected shift in what you can do and your understanding of it. And you're going to understand why. So the first thing to do is activate Aries. Mars is in Aries right now. In order to activate your will, focus on an intent. Okay? You know this is right if you start to feel your energy getting hot and if you start to feel energy rising, reacting to your intent. So maybe your intent is, I'm going to take over the world, or I'm going to catch them all, Okay, when you say that intent, you start to feel energy rise. You're focusing that intent. So start with there, okay? And it doesn't have to be just one focus. Just feel that energy turn up, or just just. So, what is the ninth house of Aries? The ninth house of Aries is Sagittarius. So, I want you to see the vision of you accomplishing your intent. That will charge and activate the Aries energy. This could be a symbol you see, boom. This feels good. Is any four breaths in, four hold, four out, four hold, earth breath. Thank you, Jim. So if anyone's feeling good, someone must be sending us good energy because I feel good. Thank you guys. If any of you doing rituals or Reiki, while we're doing this ritual, you can do your own ritual. Okay. I'm gonna get my labradorite crystal ball. Huh. Labradorite. All right. So I like some sage too. So once you have felt this charge, focus on it. And now yes, you can smoke, you can drink, you can do whatever, okay? Anything that you think will add to this ritual. Oh, if you're a Pisces, do that extra magical shit y'all do. I won't put y'all on blast, but do that extra magical shit. We Pisces, we need ya. We're petitioning your master. Pisces, y'all don't need to do that magical shit y'all do. Come through, Pisces. If you're a Pisces, come. Hold on. I'm going in. Pisces, we need you now more than ever. You motherfuckers just want to be magical for no reason. We gonna need your magic. We gonna need your magic. Pisces moon, we gonna need your magic. All right, do that magical shit y'all do. Okay, and while we do this, just do y'all magical shit because we need you more than ever. Okay, thank you. Pisces sun, Pisces moon. Okay, okay. Okay, we gonna Pisces. We gonna call you back. We gonna call you back. But until then, feel the intent, feel the intent. And while we're doing this, Pisces, just do your magical thing. Bring usher in these wishes coming true. Cause we want result. We get results. If we don't get results, Pisces, we blaming you. We blaming you, Pisces. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, when you when you sense the intent, okay, uh, and you activate Aries, I want you to activate Taurus and ground. Don't ground it into the earth, but feel yourself drawing energy up to ground you and strengthen your intent. Break true. Colby, y'all right. Y'all always get blamed. Anyway, it's true. It's all good though. Shout out to the moon, suns, and risings. So what we're doing, Aries, we're activating our power. Visualize yourself, okay, in your power. Taurus, we're grounding that power. Once you visualize and you activate that spark and you feel it a little bit, then you're going to draw energy up from the earth to strengthen it. And now Gemini, what is a word or what are thoughts you can say to put this power in word form? What is a thought that you can think? If you had to say it to activate it, what would you say? Or and it's okay if you don't know the word, but like what's the thought that you can either start thinking thoughts to train your mind and yo, yo, my life just like I almost thought it ended, y'all. That's wild. Okay, guys, just letting you know, like, this is how powerful this ritual is. They don't want me to finish this. They don't want me to finish this shit. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We finishing this. Fuck out of here. Okay. So visualize it, ground it, and now what's the word or the thoughts you're gonna think? And you can just say the word over and over just to temper what you've grounded. All right, and finally, you just activate Cancer by doing your best to feel it. Feel as deeply as you can into this hour. Feel it taking over you. I have Cap Moon. I don't have feelings, so I'm gonna do my best to think about it. But some of you know how to feel your energy, so feel it deeper. Feel it, and then this is when we'll start the ceremony proper. And when I say feel it, put yourself in hypothetical situations where you're using the power. How does it feel? How do you carry yourself? For many of you, your power is a state of being or physiology. May Rain, I take that back then. Us cat moons can feel. Just not the ones with Saturn on their moon, like me. I was just really suppress the feeling. Y'all don't know. I have every time I try and feel, Saturn's like, nope, 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 nope. I don't know about y'all who don't have Saturn on you. I don't know what it's like really, but it is what it is. It's straight robot vibe. But all right, all right. Okay, so now let's do the soul heart hand method. Start to feel energy come up from your Tantien and root to your heart, and then feel it come from your heart to your hands. And as the excess energy from your heart comes to your hands and the rest comes from up your heart to your crown, just feel that energy start to emanate out into your aura. And this will prepare us for Ren and Cancer, so where we can ascend it. I hope that makes sense. So we've activated it, and now we're expanding the feeling. It's okay if this is tough. This is supposed to be new. So over 6 months, you'll get better at this. Okay. Also for Taurus, after you activate your power in Aries, if you have any oils, if you have any physical material in Taurus, you can add that to supplement it. Okay. And so once you have symbolically or energetically felt this energy come around your body, it's less important that you feel it and more important that you represent this symbolically. You want your subconscious to feel this because the subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined events. So this is where we step into now the ninth house ascension. Okay. Once you've activated Cancer, now all you have to do for the next 3 to 5 minutes, I want you to imagine every single one of us partying in a room, and all of us are activating, all of us have mastered our abilities. Okay, I see some of you already levitating, some of you plants are just growing accelerated around you, others of you are water benders, and we're all just happy. The reason why we want the imagination to be all of us partying, one, my 11th house, two, is because this imagination is going to link all of our subconsciouses together. It's a fancy way of linking this all together in a shared manifest. Leo King is the DJ in a shared manifestation group. Okay, so that we can add, this is everything that we're imagining, we're going to manifest. Okay, this is so at some point we're all going to really connect for real and party. Okay, so this is us not only creating that bubble, okay, to petition Neptune. Now, as you're imagining, I want you to imagine what is it your heart wants to manifest, and what is it that you're ready to break through and manifest as soon as today. Like, demand to Neptune in the universe, hey, I want to break. I'm serious about this. I'm with 500 plus other people. We're all putting in. So spend the next 3 minutes imagining, and then after that, stay in imagination. And I'm going to also send my energy to you through this ball to help facilitate evolution, because now I have Jupiter in Cancer and this will amplify this. So just take some time to imagine. Just imagine. Imagination, blah, 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 blah. Is that from Barney? I don't even know where that's from. Doo, doo. So dark forces are going to awaken in people around you. That it's always been awakened. But now that you've made this decision to step into your power, they're going to come for you openly. Most of these some of these fake friends you have, they're not even going to hold back their hatred. They're just going to start snapping at you. But you're stepping into your power, so you're going to clap back. We are not kumbaya biatches here. We clap back. The $1 billion vibe tribe claps back. Okay. So Pisces, now that we're imagining Pisces, I want you to petition to Neptune that all of our wishes come true and do your magic. Pisces, come on, show up. Pisces, it's your time now, Pisces. Do whatever you want, okay? But you got the floor. You got the floor, Pisces. Whatever you think we can do, whatever happens, all right? So we're going to imagine, and the purpose is to take this Cancer feeling, and now that everything you wish for has already manifested in this party. If you're manifesting a divine partnership, imagine you are with this divine partner with your awakened powers partying with us, okay? And let's get it. It could be for as much as you want. It's more about what you visualize. Okay, so I'm going to be sending you all evolution healing energy, Jupiter, Chiron, Cancer energy, and I just ask you receive it. Better face. Perfect. All right, y'all. Um, I want you to make a final wish. And once you make that wish, the reason why we want it to be a wish is to honor Neptune. Neptune Pisces is a faith-based wish. And do it with the intention to break through before you go to sleep so that you can be revealed more in your dreams. And after that, just release it. And then all you need to move forward with is how that feels. So with your imagination, Neptune just with your imagination helped you understand how it feels. Does that make sense? Once you imagine, okay, what you've manifested, there's a way that that feels, right? You are reality transurfing. So your homework after you watch this is to look up reality transurfing. And once you know how it feels, like when you make that wish, you feel what it's like. I want you to carry that feeling moving forward. Before you do anything you do, feel as if it's already manifested and then do what you do. And that's really the only exercise that I want you to take into Capricorn season and develop as much as you can. This will require focus and belief in yourself. And moving forward, you're getting ready to activate abilities and techniques that only you know how to do. You're not going to learn it on the internet. Someone is not going to walk up and teach you. You're going to unlock deeper belief in yourself as soon as tomorrow, if not tonight. And this is going to continue leading from Cancer to Scorpio season. Scorpio is your deepest depth, the deepest understanding of you that will now flesh out in Capricorn, and you get ultimate perspective in Pisces. The reason why this is important is you are on the verge within minutes from now of breaking through superpowers. We just finished chapter 1. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. We're in season 2 of 2020. And chapter 2 is now that you've activated and awakened superpowers. Chapter 2 is now I'm going to practice these superpowers with my tribe, with my friend. This is chapter 2. The purpose of chapter 2 is who am I going to recruit on my team? Guild Wars. Who am I going to connect with? And who am I going to practice these abilities with? Because the activation of your powers is going to attract friends, family, and romantic partners that have complementary powers so that you can both stimulate and activate it together. Chapter 3, starting from Sag, Cap, Aqua, and Pisces, once you have connected with the right people with superpowers and you've mastered it together, chapter the final boss, baby, and you take it to the world as an actual RPG guild. Boom. So like this is the part of the RPG where you're individually practicing by yourself. Chapter 2 is where you have random encounters and you recruit people to your team. Chapter 3 is where, as a team, you fight the power. Boom. So that's all I got for y'all. We made history yet again. So thank you guys. Once again, we released this Neptune. We petition collectively for us to individually manifest, experience, and step into our power with synchronicities, experiences, and at least 3 miracles tonight alone that not only step us into our power and show us the next step, but affirm that everything we did here was not just for no reason, but because we're ready to take things to the next level. So, if any of you want to share what happened for the rest of the day, because I promise you, before you go to sleep, you are going to manifest a miracle. The miracle is meant to help you step into your power and take you to the next step. If you experience that, please email me or comment it down below. It's very important that we share our experiences so that we can grow together. Thank you guys once again so much. Y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.